So what is the best daily walking goal? In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 options, popular options, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to put a stake in the ground and give you my recommendation. Hi, I'm Dave. It's important for you to know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed personal trainer. I'm a guy who loves walking. Since 2013, I've averaged about 19,000 steps a day. And for 3 years now, I've done a daily 10-minute podcast, Walking is Fitness, to help motivate and encourage you to take a daily walk. So let's do that and talk about the best daily walking goal. So number 1 is a 10-minute daily walking goal. And this is the length of the podcast, Walking is Fitness. This is a great goal to get started, to build a fitness habit, to get walking into your regular routine. Habits, they're hard to build, they're easy to break. So let's build a habit that lasts. And a 10-minute daily walk is a great way to get started in building that habit that will last. Also, a 10-minute walk almost always will make you feel better. I think we intuitively know this when things are hard, when life gets stressful, when we start feeling emotions that may not be fun. Sometimes we just intuitively go out and take a walk. And it's not even a long walk, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we feel better. So a daily 10-minute walk, it helps build the habit and it helps you feel better. It's a great daily walking goal. Number 2, and this one is probably the most popular, and that is a walk around the neighborhood. There are 3 ways that we can measure our daily walks. We can measure it based on time. We can measure it based on steps, if you have a step tracker. And I'll talk about a couple of possible goals using a step tracker. And the other is we measure it based on distance. So in other words, we're walking from here to there. And this would be taking a walk around the neighborhood. And that probably is the most popular walking goal for most people. Hey, I'm just going to go out and take a walk. I'm going to walk around the neighborhood. I'm going to walk to the end of the street and back. And a couple of benefits of this. Number 1, if you have a regular set walking route, you don't have to think about it every time you're going to go out and take a walk. You don't have to reinvent what you're going to do. There have been times where I've been sitting in the house and I was feeling a lack of motivation, and it really came from this idea of I don't want to have to figure out where I'm going to walk. I don't want to have to figure out what I'm going to do. And if you've already got a set route, a set pattern that you're going to walk, it's already laid out for you, and you just open the door and you go. Also, there's a familiarity, there's a comfort level and even a safety factor if you're walking around the neighborhood, if you know where you're going to walk. So that's number 2, great walking goal. I'm going to head out, take a walk around the neighborhood every day. Number 3 is a 30-minute walk. It is recommended that we get between 150 and 300 minutes of moderate level exercise every week. And if you're taking a 30-minute walk, going at about 3 miles an hour, it rises to the level of a moderate level fitness activity. You can do the math, 30 minutes times 7, 210 minutes a week. You're squarely in the midst of that 150 to 300 minutes a week. And there are all kinds of long-term health benefits when we commit to walking 30 minutes every day. And of course, there are also right now benefits. You know, a 10-minute walk makes you feel better, a 30-minute walk makes you feel better too. So a 30-minute walk is a great daily goal. Number 4, now we're going to talk about steps. If you have a step tracker, 7,500 steps. Now that might sound a little odd. You know, where did that number come from? 7,500. I'm familiar with 10,000 steps, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But there was research that was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2019. And they wanted to look at this whole idea of how many steps do you need to improve your health, to lower the risk of some bad health outcomes. And they found that it's not 10,000, it's actually 7,500. It's the sweet spot where you get the maximum benefit, the most benefit for the least amount of effort. And let's be honest, there are times when we just don't feel like fitness, where we don't feel like exercise. And so that minimum level can be really, really appealing. So if you commit to 7,500 steps every day, according to the research, you are maximizing the risk reduction in all kinds of bad health outcomes. And then number 5 is 10,000 steps. And I've done several videos about 10,000 steps, why it's a good goal, why it's a terrible goal. So the benefit of 10,000 steps, without rehashing all of those videos and the research that has gone into those videos and where 10,000 steps came from, 10,000 steps offers 2 unique benefits. So even though the risk reduction for most bad health outcomes begins to plateau at 7,500 steps, not so much with dementia. Dementia, there is still a considerably lower risk of getting dementia at 10,000 steps than at, say, 7,500. Also, 10,000 steps, most of us aren't going to walk that all at once. That would take about an hour and 40 minutes of walking, and then not walking for the rest of the day. Typically what happens when you make a goal of 10,000 steps is you're moving throughout the day. You're taking one long walk or several medium length walks, and you're just aware of how much you're moving throughout the day. The goal of 10,000 steps a day really begins to shift the way you think about walking, shift the way you think about movement. It helps you develop a lifestyle of movement, a lifestyle of fitness. And so that's one of the reasons why I believe that 10,000 steps is a really good daily goal. Terrible starting goal, but it can be a really good goal once you've built up some fitness capacity and you have that walking, that daily walking habit established. So I said that I would give you my recommendation. All of these goals, all of these daily potential walking goals are good. They're strong goals. But that's not my goal. And this is the goal that I actually recommend. And that is recognizing that life is dynamic. It was Socrates who once said, "Know thyself." And I know that there are going to be days where I'm highly motivated and the conditions are right for a long walk. And then there are going to be days where motivation is a real struggle. And maybe the conditions, the weather conditions, the schedule, my energy level are such that even a 30-minute walk feels overwhelming. And so my goal and the goal that I recommend is simply this: to take an intentional walk every day. And some days that walk is going to be 30 minutes. Some days that walk is going to be an hour. Some days that walk is going to be 10 minutes. Because that's all I have the motivation for, all I have the energy for, all I have the time in my schedule for. You see, exercise, the real superpower of exercise and fitness, isn't the one-day fireworks. It's the long play, the consistency, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. And when I commit to taking an intentional walk every single day, I'm making fitness, I'm making this daily walk a priority. And I will find a way to take an intentional walk every day. Maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 10,000 steps, maybe it's 7,500 steps, maybe it's a walk around the neighborhood. But I'm being intentional about it every single day. If you're just getting started and you want to build a fitness habit, a daily walking habit, a couple of resources for you. One is a free resource, 90 Days to Building a Fitness Habit That Lasts. I know 90 days is not fun. It'd be better if it was 7 days. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But building a habit, it takes time. It's hard. And 90 days is enough runway to build a habit that lasts. It's a free resource available at my website, walkingisfitness.com. And then number 2, I invite you to join me every day for a 10-minute walk using the podcast Walking is Fitness. Every episode is not recorded in a studio with me sitting in a comfortable chair behind a big microphone wearing headphones saying, "You should go take a walk." Every episode is recorded while I'm out walking, just like I am now. So essentially, we're taking a walk together. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.